Max Rokotansky, an ex-cop is haunted by visions of a little girl he failed to protect, is captured by the War Boys, followers of the ex-military officer now dictator Immortan Joe. Max and his vehicle are taken to Joe's stronghold, a mountain flush with vegetation and water known as the Citadel. Max is imprisoned and used as a human blood bag and is forced to donate it to a radiated sick war boy named Nux. Imperator Furiosa, who is one of Joe's top lieutenants, drives the modified truck, war rig, which is full of water to exchange for fuel with another warlord. Joe notices Furiosa veers off course, revealing her true intent, which is helping Joe's 5 wives escape his clutches. Joe mobilizes his war boy forces, summoning support from neighboring warlord factions at Gas Town and the Bullet Farm to stop Furiosa. Nux is also in the pursuit, dragging Max along, still tethered to his vehicle as a blood source. A chaotic battle unfolds as Furiosa's war rig clashes with Joe's forces. She leads them into a violent sandstorm, managing to evade most of her attackers. Nux, however, attempts to sacrifice himself to destroy Furiosa's truck. In the chaos, Max escapes his bonds and overpowers Nux. Max stumbles upon Furiosa repairing her rig with the wives. Max initially seizes control of the rig, but Furiosa's safety measures disable it, forcing him to cooperate. Reluctantly, Max allows Furiosa and the wives to accompany him, while Nux is left behind, only to be picked up later by Joe's war boys. Furiosa's group reaches a canyon controlled by a biker gang, hoping to negotiate safe passage. When Joe's army approaches, the bikers feel betrayed and start shooting Furiosa, forcing her to flee as they set off explosives to stall Joe's forces. In the gunfight, Max and Furiosa battle the bikers, but Joe's vehicle, carrying Nux, breaks through the canyon blockade and launches an attack. In the ensuing struggle, one of the wives sacrifices herself by throwing her body in front of Max to protect him, but she falls from the rig and is fatally hit by Joe's car, resulting in the loss of her unborn child. Furiosa reveals to Max that their destination is the Green Place, a lush, peaceful region from her childhood before she was kidnapped by Joe. During a brief respite, a wife discovers Nux hiding in the war rig, devastated by his earlier failures. She comforts him, rekindling his will to fight. Later, the rig becomes stuck in a muddy swamp, and Furiosa and Max plant explosives to slow Joe's forces. Despite their efforts, the relentless pursuit continues, now led by the Bullet Farmer warlord. Nux helps free the rig, and Furiosa blinds the Bullet Farmer with a well-placed sniper shot. Max attacks the pursuing group, returning with weapons and supplies after eliminating the remaining enemies. Their journey through the night, they travel across desolate swamps and deserts until they encounter a naked woman in a tower. Max suspects a trap, but Furiosa recognizes her and reveals her own connection to the woman's tribe, the Vivellini. The tribe welcomes Furiosa, but she is devastated to learn that the swamp they passed was once the Green Place, now rendered uninhabitable. Furiosa's hopes are shattered. The group decides to cross a vast expanse of salt flats in search of a new refuge. Max, haunted by visions of a child he couldn't save, convinces them to abandon the plan. He suggests they return to the Citadel, now vulnerable without its armies, which guards precious resources like water and greenery. They agree and prepare an ambush, intending to trap Joe's forces in the canyon controlled by the bikers. As they near the Citadel, Joe's war boys attack, severely injuring Furiosa. Joe maneuvers his vehicle to block their escape, while Max faces off against Joe's towering son, Rictus Erectus, in a brutal fight. In the chaos, Joe captures one of his wives, but she distracts him just long enough for Furiosa to remove his breathing apparatus, killing him. In a final act of heroism, Nux sacrifices himself by crashing the war rig, blocking the canyon and killing Rictus, ensuring the group's escape. Since Max is a universal donor, he administers a blood transfusion to save Furiosa from her injuries. When the survivors arrive at the Citadel, the oppressed citizens rejoice upon seeing Joe's lifeless body. With Furiosa, the wives, and the Vivellini leading the way, they are warmly welcomed by the people and even the war boys. Max, however, quietly departs. He exchanges a final meaningful glance with Furiosa before vanishing into the crowd, choosing once again to walk his own path.